and welcome to Info Simcoe. My name is Madison Fitzpatrick, and today joining us in studio is a very special guest, Aaron from Gilda's Club, Simcoe County. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me here today.
Of course. So I'm very, very excited for this interview, but before we start getting into the details, I just want our viewers to know as much as they can about Gilda's Club. So why don't you tell them about it?
Gilda's Club is a not-for-profit located in Barrie near RVH. We provide free cancer support for anyone impacted by cancer. You go to a cancer center for treatment of the disease, what's there for you after you're done with the doctors and nurses? What's there for your spouse, your partner? What's there for your kids? We have social workers. We have a cancer support program that's free to anyone in our community to find resources and support so that anything that is cancer-related, anxiety or distress, we help address that.
So what makes the Gilda's Club different from organizations such as the Cancer Society or Canadian Cancer Society? A
lot of groups are focused on awareness and on research, and the yardstick of outcomes has been changing a lot. In 1977, when Terry Fox was diagnosed, he had a less than 5% chance of surviving that cancer. Fast forward to today, with new technologies, new cancer centers, awareness, it's north of 80%. So the question that's starting to become more prevalent with statistics is, how do I live with cancer? And when we talk about how to be able to do this, family and friends are a great resource, but not everyone has access to family and friends. Our community is growing. We have people that are here and they're by themselves. And our vision is so that no one faces cancer alone.
We're talking about community and togetherness and support, and that brings us to what you've brought here today, which I'm so excited to talk about because I love this project. Tell us a little bit about what this bag is.
Over the pandemic, we had 3 volunteers who decided we need to provide a little bit to people who are going through mastectomy surgeries. The first thing that someone is asked to do if they are having to go through a surgery is, when you're leaving the hospital, put a seatbelt across your chest. And it just was unacceptable to the people who were here of, like, we need to do something. And they came together and they created a mastectomy kit. And this is a handmade bag to hold all the materials. And the primary piece in the material that we look to be able to do is a heart-shaped pillow. So this is something that you can use to be able to protect your surgical site as you're leaving the hospital. So as people are in the post-anesthesia care unit, this kit is just placed on the bed, and people go looking through and they find resources and information, such as, you know, an information booklet from the Canadian Cancer Society on exercises. There's also a foam form for people to use for self-image as they are into that post-surgical care, as well as the programs and services that we provide. Surgery in a lot of cases is just one of the first steps in the first chapter of someone's cancer book. And you know, when you talk about all the different chapters, we had volunteers that thought that these were important. We liked it, and as we talked to Royal Victoria Hospital, how many of these kits can you use? Is that they said they need 300 this year. Okay. And when we talk about our communities, it's too much. But when we look at the impact and the feedback we've gotten back from the nurses that experience this, from the people that get this, is that people are in a very dark moment when they're coming out of there, and they're just so happy to feel that support from the community. And these kits have been doing that, and people have been accessing our program and doing that more. It's been so successful in those initial stages of us just starting to talk about this. Just created the website in the last 2 weeks to let people know more about this, is that Soldiers Memorial Hospital in Orillia is looking to get 100 a year. Southlake in Newmarket's looking to get 100 this year. So I need help to provide 500 of these kits to people in our community. And with Mother's Day coming up, we're usually talking about mothers, wives, partners, spouses, daughters. So this is incredible support. I need people to help us make the kits, but I need donors, and particularly monthly donors, to help us make sure we have the materials and have the pieces that people are looking for, including the support programs that we provide for free. And that impact has been incredible. And again, people are they're really gravitating to that. And 80% of the people that use our program are women, which currently we have 480 active members using our services from across Ontario, but mostly within our community here.
That's incredible. I mean, the work that you're doing and all the volunteers is so important. You know, myself, my family, and myself have been affected by cancer and so many others. And I just think that what you're doing is incredible. But let's talk about why it's so important for aftercare, because, you know, like we were saying before, you know, when you get diagnosed, it's, you know, that's what you're most worried about. You're most worried about the surgery. But why is the aftercare so important in having a community like this for after your surgery?
Well, we all know someone who's impacted by cancer. It is Canada's #1 disease, and breast cancer is the #1 cancer amongst women. We really find that you know, the initial onset is, I'm going to fight this, I'm going to do the surgery. It's very much a fight or flight situation. And how I feel about this, or you know, what are some of the additional pieces that are part of that, we don't seem to be able to acknowledge quite as much. So we have many people that come in many months after surgery of just like, I feel like I need help. I need someone to talk to. And I think that most accurately, when you come into our facility in our clubhouse, is it's a warm and inviting place. It is not clinical by design. It is, you know, lots of windows and sunlight, and people are able to come in, and it's okay to not be okay. Mm-hmm. In so many steps, as I've seen, particularly through the women that use the program, is they're still there being a brave mom and being a strong wife or a partner, you know, being a daughter that's like, I got this. To be able to come in and not have to wear like a mask for what other people are and just come as you are is really what it is we look to accomplish. We have many people come on in, and cancer is the most unfunny thing that exists. And we're named after Gilda Radner, and a comedian, and she said that. And you know, I had members that were leaving there recently saying, you know, my stomach hurts today because I was laughing so hard. And it's just a chance for people to be able to connect and feel support. Even if you have family and friends, there's many different forms it takes. It's not just support groups, it's art classes, it's gentle movement and yoga classes, it's nutrition and social programs. So we do so much on so many different levels for the people we serve, including the children and the families.
That's incredible. Well, Aaron, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. And we hope that volunteers will reach out to you and help you with your goal on making 500 of these amazing bags.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Stay tuned for more Info Simcoe.